You open your eyes on a Monday morning, no alarm. You stretch, and for the first time in what feels like a lifetime, you don't feel that immediate, frantic mental math, that tight knot of dread in your stomach. That's the feeling. It's not a Lamborghini in the driveway, it's the absence of anxiety. It's silence. This video is about the life that money allows. This is a walkthrough of 7 stops on the ladder to financial freedom, from your stomach nodding at an unexpected bill, all the way to money becoming quiet background noise. You'll hear the numbers, but more importantly, you'll feel what each stage does to your sleep, your stress, and your sense of self. Let's start the climb. Recent surveys show that for a majority of Americans, money is a significant source of stress, but only 1 in 10 can actually name the dollar amount that would make that stress disappear. If you don't have a map, every payday, every raise just feels like another lap on the hamster wheel. You're running faster, but you're not getting anywhere. By the end of this video, you'll have a map to the number and the distinct feeling that comes with each step. Level 1. Clarity, dependence. The first rung isn't about earning more, it's about turning on the lights. You take a single sheet of paper and write everything down. Every account, every debt, every single subscription. Your net worth might be deeply negative. That's okay. The win isn't the number. The win is seeing the number. The guessing is over. The emotion here is a mix of shame, fear, and a weird, profound exhale. It's finally looking at the monster under the bed. It's not uncommon to find hundreds of dollars a month leaking out on food delivery and forgotten subscriptions. Your only job at this level is to finish the sheet and show it to one person you trust, not for their advice, but to kill the shame. That's it. Just the truth. Level 2. Solvency. Level 2 is where you stop the bleeding. The goal is simple. Your monthly income now covers your monthly expenses without taking on new debt. This is the moment your shoulders drop an inch. You don't flinch when the waiter brings the bill. The key marker is that your checking account ends the month with the same or a higher balance than it started with, and you aren't using a credit card to float you to the next paycheck. This isn't wealth, it's stable survival. You get here with small choices. Cancel 1 streaming plan. Cook 2 extra dinners at home each week. Solvency is the first deep breath after being held underwater. The panic is gone. You can think. Level 3. Breathing room, stability. Level 3 is the first time you feel a cushion. The goal here is to have 3 to 6 months of your absolute essential expenses, rent, utilities, food, transportation, parked in a high-yield savings account. This is when your nervous system finally exits the fight or flight mode it's been living in for years. Your cortisol levels dip. You sleep deeper. The path here is automation. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings for the day after payday. It can be $50. It can be $500. The amount matters less than the consistency. Then one day the car makes a terrifying new noise, and your first thought isn't, how will I get to work? It's, I should call the mechanic. That's stability. Level 4. Stability/security. At level 4, your financial house is officially in order. All your high-interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, is gone, paid in full, and your emergency fund is still full. The feeling is like swapping a cheap paper umbrella for a sturdy one. Storms are still going to come, but you don't brace for them in the same way. You're not terrified of a little rain. This is a massive psychological shift. You redirect the money you were sledgehammering your debt with into long-term investments, maybe a simple index fund. You find yourself checking your bank balance weekly, not daily. When a friend proposes a weekend trip, your answer shifts from an instant no to a calm, let me think about it. You're no longer governed by panic. Level 5. Independence. Level 5 is the dream. This is the point where your investments could, theoretically, cover your current lifestyle forever, without you ever having to work another day. You probably still work at this stage, but the reason you work changes completely. You don't work for the money. You work because you want to. The math is famously simple. It's the 4% rule. You take your annual spending, multiply it by 25, and that's your target number. If you spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million invested. Mondays become optional. This is the stage where a high-stress corporate engineer might quit their job to build custom skateboard ramps using the same skills, but with zero meetings and maximum joy. Level 6, Early Retirement/FIRE. Level 6 is the supercharged version of Level 5. This is for the financial independence, retire early, FIRE movement, for those who want to completely check out of the mandatory workforce, often decades early. Here, the aim is for 30 to 33 times annual expenses, allowing for a more conservative 3 to 3.5% withdrawal rate. The feeling? It's like the first week of summer vacation, but stretched out for decades. You forget what day of the week it is. The trade-off is immense discipline during the accumulation phase, often requiring a savings rate of 40 to 60% or even higher. But the hardest part is psychological. Unlearning the identity of, I'm a busy, important person, and figuring out what to do with all that freedom. Level 7, Abundant Wealth. Level 7 is where money transcends being a tool and becomes a quiet engine that works on its own. Your assets are now generating significantly more money than you can reasonably spend. The emotion here is surprisingly quiet. Money fully recedes into the background infrastructure of your life, like plumbing. You know it's there, it works, but you don't think about it. Your worries shift from growth to preservation and impact. Your financial team now includes estate attorneys and tax specialists. Your behavior changes. You might fly first class not to show off, but because it saves you knee pain. You tip 50% on a bill because rounding up is just easier than doing the math. The game shifts from winning to figuring out how to use the winnings for good. Quick pause. If you're finding this breakdown useful, let others know by hitting the like button. Now, think about which level you're on right now. Before continuing, go to the comments and share which stage you're aiming for next. It's a small step, but declaring your goal is a powerful move, and it lets others know they're not alone on this journey. Common mistakes between levels. There are predictable traps people fall into on this ladder. The most common is trying to sprint from level 3 to level 5 without properly securing level 4. They build a small emergency fund, then immediately start plowing every spare dollar into investments while still carrying high-interest credit card debt. Then, a job loss hits, and they slide all the way back to level 2. Another classic mistake happens at the higher levels. People hit their FIRE number, but they can't mentally throttle their spending because they never defined what enough looks like. They keep upsizing their house and their cars, and they never feel safe enough to actually jump off the hamster wheel. The fix for both is the same. Name your number for the next level, automate your savings toward it, and then live your life. Relationship shifts. Money fights don't vanish because the numbers on a spreadsheet changed. They vanish because the story you and your partner tell yourselves has changed. At levels 1 and 2, the script is scarcity. There's never enough. Why did you spend that? At levels 3 and 4, the script becomes progress. We're okay as long as nothing breaks. We're a team. We have a plan. At level 5 and beyond, the script transforms again. We're fine. The system is working. Now, what truly excites us? A powerful ritual for couples is the Dream Night. Once a month, plan adventures with zero budget dread. It's cheaper than therapy. Speed up strategies. Want to climb the ladder faster? Here are 4 strategies that work. First, negotiate once, win forever. Every January, make 3 phone calls to your cell phone provider, your internet company, and your car insurance agent. Say this exact phrase. Hi, my bill has gotten too high. I need you to find a way to lower it, or I'm going to have to switch providers. Second, practice income stacking. Every time you get a raise or bonus, that new money is immediately and automatically tagged for investing. Your lifestyle never even sees it. Third, use the 72-hour cart rule. Anything you want to buy online that's not an essential has to sit in your digital shopping cart for 3 days. You'll be shocked to learn you'll abandon about 40% of those purchases. Last and most powerfully, get an accountability partner. Research from the Association for Talent Development found that your chance of success skyrockets to 95% when you have specific, ongoing meetings with an accountability partner. Find one person who is also on this journey. Everyone needs a teammate. Financial freedom isn't a single distant finish line. It's a ladder, and each and every rung feels different under your feet. Clarity stings at first, but it gives you a map. Solvency steadies your footing. Stability calms your heart. Independence liberates your choices, and abundance hums quietly in the background. Your job isn't to leap to the top. It's to find your footing on your current rung and then take one deliberate, intentional step to the next one. In the comments, tell me the stage you're targeting next and the feeling you want the most. Like this video if you felt seen today, and subscribe for more no-fluff guides to your money. And remember, the goal isn't just to be rich, the goal is to be free.